What is up and everything, guys? Welcome back to another video, and I had an exciting little find today in a little stream we decided to go walk by. First off, I just want to say I hope everybody's staying safe during this time, staying inside, or at the minimum getting outside, which I still encourage people to do, but keeping your social distance, as much as I'm getting tired of hearing that phrase like everybody else is. That being said though, guys, we today went on a little hike just down a little creek that's close to my house, and we had a little bit of a surprise. So I'm just gonna flip to that footage right now and show you guys the video. So we're walking down this creek, right, and we find a baby snapping turtle. It's a little common snapper. It looks disgusting because it's been in this water, but it's a little one. Okay, so we just went on a little stroll down by this little creek that we found, right? Not really expecting to see anything, maybe some frogs and stuff, and we look down inside of this thing and we find this little guy. It is a baby snapping turtle, and it is beautiful. It's still got the road. It's all covered in mud. I'll see if I can clean him up and get some pictures. Look at that little face. I love snappers when they're that tiny. So to give you guys an impression of just how small this little guy is, that's my hand next to him, and he was just hanging out in this creek. Here in a minute I'll try and clean him up. So American snapping turtles, well, this is a common snapping turtle. This little guy is. When all snapping turtles are little, they still have these ridges on their back, and he's gonna bite me. Look at how big he's swollen up though. He's really posturing pretty hard even for such a small turtle. So he's probably just hanging out in here eating minnows, crawdads, and bugs. And really at this size, that's really all they can eat. Heck, there's a crawdad hole right next to him where I have him. So I'll tell you what, let me try and clean this little guy up a bit, and then we'll try and continue with the video before I let him go. So if you guys are ever wondering though what a snapping turtle looks like on its underside, it's like that. They have a very small plastron, which that's your carapace, that's your plastron. So these turtles actually can't withdraw completely into their shells, but really they don't have to, because what they do is they'll sit on the bottom of the creek just like that one, and they'll sit there with their mouths open and essentially just wait for something to go inside of it, and then they'll chomp it. They got these little lures on the side, and I'm sorry about the wind, guys. I wasn't planning on finding anything on this little hike. So yeah, I mean, this is just crazy. This is what the coronavirus does though, makes us get outside and see little snapping turtles. And we'll see what else we find along this creek, but I think this is gonna pretty much be the highlight of my day. So I'm gonna get a couple more pictures with him, let my daughter take some pictures, and then we're gonna let him go. Huh? Okay. This is straight up video fodder. This is my baby snapping turtle, and we're gonna keep coming back and checking on him for a while, and see how he's doing in this little stream now that we know where he lives. So let me see if I can tickle him. I bet you I can get him to bite something. Let's see. Something tiny stick. Here, hold on. Well, he won't bite the flower.
Why?
Here, buddy. Hey, open up. He's not gonna do it. Oh well, but still, he's just so cute and tiny.
What if I put this here?
My daughter's trying to give him flowers, but it's not gonna work. That's where I found him. All right, I'm gonna let him go right back to where I found him. He was just right down there in those leaves, so let's just put him here and see what he does. So there it was. I'm sorry about the haphazard way of shooting and us kind of trying to play with it. My daughter wanted to see it snap, and I wanted to show her that these things do that. And I was hoping to get it on footage so that way we could actually talk about it some more. But hey, I threw in some little facts while I could. When I had the baby turtle in my hands, obviously you saw me let it go back into the creek, which is always very important. I don't know what the laws are about keeping snapping turtles here where I live in Oklahoma, but I didn't feel like looking it up because, quite frankly, it's a wild turtle. It belongs out there in the wild. So I understand they're cute and they're cuddly. Well, they look cuddly, snapping turtles, but common snappers can get up to 35 pounds. They get big and they eat meat and they do snap at you. They're really hard to keep, and you can't keep them in tanks. They will outgrow a tank in a heartbeat. Like, you actually have to have ponds and a decent food supply and that kind of thing for these turtles. So those guys, they actually have a range of pretty much the whole eastern United States. Like, I think mountain ranges block. As a matter of fact, tell you what, here, I'm going to throw a range map up of the common snapping turtle right here. And like those things, like I said, they get big. Here's a picture also here. While I'm at it, here's a picture of an adult snapping turtle. And like I said, they can get pretty vicious. Now that was a common snapping turtle, not an alligator snapping turtle. There are differences. I'm not going to go into those differences right now, but essentially it's a size thing. Their carapaces as adults will be more rigid. Their heads will be larger in a different shape. There's lots of differences between a regular common snapper and an alligator snapper. With that being said, guys, I'm sure there's a lot more I can tell you about them, like their little fishing lure I mentioned. Now, common snappers move around a little bit more, and they're a little bit more active than alligator snappers, but they do kind of have the little lure on their tongue, and they'll just sit on the bottom with their mouth open, and when a fish comes in, they just go chomp. And that's what they do. It's pretty much how they hunt. A little snapper like that, he's eating crickets and grasshoppers and bugs that fall in the water, crawdads, little minnows, tadpoles, things like that. But yeah, guys, so I'm just, you know what, I'm calling this. It's probably our first animal spotlight. It's not going to be the format forever, but it was super cool to find. And yeah, guys, until next time, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and please remember, like and subscribe this video. It only helps me out. Like I said, I do this for fun, but it would be nice to see the views go up. Let me get some likes for the baby snapper, and until next time, guys, I will see you later and everything. Peace.